Earl Nightingale, an American author, once said, "Whatever we plant in our subconscious mind and nourish with repetition and emotion will one day become a reality." And I love this quote so much because I have implemented this in my life, my own life, and know this quote to be true. With that being said, I want to welcome everyone to Wellbeing Psychology. This is a channel that educates on psychology, purposeful life, personal growth, self-development, brain functions, life balance, and so much more. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to hop right in. Today's video is about the subconscious mind. Now, I do want to warn you, today is going to be an overload of information, and I'll be honest, I could not fit everything in that I wanted to. So this is probably like a 3-part series or so. We're not going to work on the other series right now, but hopefully you get the gist of about the subconscious mind from what we have in today's video. So let's go ahead and jump in. What is the subconscious mind? So psychologist Sigmund Freud introduced the idea that the mind has 3 levels, right? So the subconscious is one of the 3 levels: conscious, subconscious, and unconscious, okay? It is the part of the mind that a person is not fully aware of. So you're not fully aware of what the subconscious is doing, how it's doing it. It's just there. Now, it does influence a person's actions, okay? Now, in the subconscious mind are things like memories, past experiences, and automatic functions such as breathing. Now, according to Freud, the subconscious mind does account for about 50 to 60% of the brain's capacity, which is a lot, right? Now, researchers and neuroscientists today in modern psychology have said it accounts for about 90% of the brain's capacity. I have heard that quite often nowadays, 90%, which is much higher. So with that being said, how can understanding the subconscious mind help you? Now, this is one of the heavy informational slides here. You can just listen to me, or if you prefer to read through, that's cool. But I'll read it through for you. That way we can be on the same page here. So how can it help you? How can the understanding of the subconscious mind help you? You must first understand that the subconscious mind stores all your life's past experiences, which creates memories. It also controls your automatic functions, like walking and breathing. We can then conclude that this part of the mind has a powerful influence on our personal lives, right? If it can control all of this, it's pretty powerful. Therefore, we must strongly consider having a full understanding of how it operates. Very, very serious to consider that. Whatever is stored in the subconscious mind can be retrieved, and in fact, it will be retrieved if triggered by an external stimuli. I don't know if it's stimuli, whatever the preference is there. However, we do have the power to consciously tap into the subconscious, right? So when we bring our awareness to a particular thing or change and we focus on it, and it was stored in the subconscious mind, we have now consciously tapped into that. When a memory or an experience gets stored in the subconscious, it can be used in our everyday living as an automatic process, which means basically we don't have to think about it. We don't have to think about breathing because it automatically happens, right? That's what the subconscious is for. You don't want to have to keep learning how to exercise every day when you've already programmed yourself to do it. So if we didn't have the subconscious to help us, I guess, habituate things or help us, get it stored, create that memory to know how to do it over and over and over. If we didn't have that within us, we would have to keep learning over and over and over, right? Yes, there's a time period to, how fast you can reprogram or program the subconscious mind, but then that's it. Once you do it, it's done, right? Then you have to unlearn and unprogram. So it's very, very important to understand the subconscious role is to help you function, is to help you, stay balanced, right? Now, if you are unbalanced because maybe you have anxiety, depression, or you're not able to manage your emotions, that's because your subconscious is programmed incorrectly, right? You've programmed yourself, either your environment, how you grew up, how you think, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions have been programmed, through the subconscious to feel that way. So it's keeping you in that state of mind because that is the way that it was programmed. And it's not a bad thing, because just like bad can be programmed in the mind, so can good. So when you focus on something consciously, right? So you are consciously aware of it, and you repeatedly do this mixed with an emotional feeling, then the thought or the focused thing will become impressed on your subconscious mind, and it will become a memory. It will be something that you remember. Just like driving, we remember how to do it. Just like talking in languages. You had to learn it at first, right? As a kid, you had to learn how to write, learn your ABCs. And as you did it over and over and over through repetition, then it just became ingrained in you. We can sing the ABCs like so easy, right? We can drive our cars and speak our language so easy. But I can't just speak Spanish right now, even though I'm trying to learn, because it's not something that I repeatedly did or that I learned in order to impress on my subconscious mind for it to be a part of my memories, right? So I don't remember Spanish, even though I had it growing up, because I did not do it repeatedly or enough times for it to be impressed on my subconscious. So you create the memories through your life experiences. Memories are charged by your outer world and your reaction to your outer world. So you see a situation happen, you respond to it with your emotions and thoughts, and depending on how powerful it is and how many times it happens to you, it becomes impressed on your subconscious, which then creates a memory so that you can always bring that back up to consciousness if you need it, your conscious awareness. So you can change your subconscious mind by noticing the program response in association with the memory, right? So if you notice that you're unhappy due to this situation and that situation, you have the ability to separate the two, right? So you have the memory, you have the circumstance, and you can reprogram that by creating a new memory once you notice it consciously, okay? And it can be reprogrammed through repetition. So I have my own version of how to reprogram the subconscious mind. So many people have, created their version of how to do this. This is mine, and it's kind of long, and to be honest, it's even longer than this, but this is all that I can get on the screen. So my recommendation would be to first research the subconscious mind, so that you can have that full understanding of how it works. If you don't understand what something is, if you're not knowledgeable about it, you're not going to be able to understand how to change it or how to work with it. We have to gain awareness and understanding of the things that we're trying to do in order to make real efficient change. Number 2, recognize and accept its influence on behavior. So once you understand fully what the subconscious mind is, accept that this is influencing your behavior, right? Your programmed thoughts, your programmed experiences, who you think you are, your environment where you grew up is influencing the way that you respond to people, the way that you respond to yourself, your life, right? Recognize that and accept it, okay? Acceptance is key. Number 3, understand its relationship with conscious and unconscious mind. If you're not familiar with the conscious and unconscious mind, we'll be talking about that in the next few videos. But know the difference between when you're consciously aware versus when the subconscious is going, and when you have that unconscious mind as well. Number 4, identify the change that you want to make. So in order to, reprogram the subconscious, you need to know what you're trying to reprogram. You cannot reprogram your whole self all at once, right? It has to be particular things that you need to work on, because it's not going to always be an easy process. So once you identify the change that you want to make, then identify the reason that you want to make the change. So when I wanted to change to become happier, it was because I wasn't happy. The reason I wanted to do that was because I wanted to be happier. I was tired of being sad. I was tired of being miserable. And that was my reason. I wanted to start living life at peace and, to have a better lifestyle. Set a goal to target, right? So what would your goal be? So if you determine you want to start being happier, hey, I want to start being happier in this circumstance around these people, or I don't want to respond to this person this way, right? Whatever your goal is, set a goal. It could be a small goal to start, just so that you can target it. Now you have to decide that you are going to change. So make that decision. This is what I'm going to do. We can't do anything without making a decision, right? You have to say, okay, this is what I want. I want happiness, period. And go from there, right? Then start to become aware of your thoughts in relation to the change that you want to make. So once you've made the decision that you want to be happy, and this is what you're doing, as you move forward, start to pay attention of the thoughts that are causing you to be unhappy, right? What's causing you to be unhappy? Is it the people you're around? Is it the environment? Is it your job? Is it that you're not satisfied with your life? What is it that's causing you to be this way, right? So now you start to become aware of that. Notice how you feel about these thoughts. So you pay attention to the thoughts and then start to notice how you're feeling. Are you feeling down and sick, right? Is it making you feel this negative feeling when you have these thoughts because of this environment or the situation or circumstance? If you notice how you feel and the feel is strong or too strong for you to be able to change the thoughts, right? Then you may need some further help overcoming them. Maybe consider therapy or counseling, or if you have a family member or a friend that you can talk to, consider, having a clear understanding as to why these feelings about these thoughts have so much control over you. Why is it that happens, right? When you notice the feeling or the thought being triggered by an external situation, begin to change the way you think and feel about it by consciously focusing on your desired outcome as best as possible. So that just basically means, as you're trying to do the reprogramming, right? You notice your thought, hey, this is a negative thought. This negative thought made me feel very sick in the stomach, right? I don't feel good. So you notice the thought, you notice the feeling. Take that conscious awareness, right? And take control of the thought, take control of the feeling, okay? You have the power to do that. And then switch it. What's your desired outcome? You want to be happy. I'm not happy right now because of this and this. What can I do to be happy? Think of a happy thought. Go to a happy place. Do something that makes you happy. You don't have a choice. Okay? Let me just tell you this now. When you are reprogramming your subconscious mind, you don't have a choice. You have to do it right then and there. Okay? Now, number 11. Do this repeatedly every day, all day. That was one thing that I learned during my journey. I would try to do it once a day, or maybe once a week, or 2 times a week. It did not work. If I did not do it every day, all day, I would go back to my old self. It was not strong enough to reprogram the program that I had programmed. So my sadness, the feeling of sadness, my environment, the feeling of my environment, the people I was around, that was more powerful than my little effort to reprogram myself. It was more powerful, and I couldn't do it because I wasn't doing it enough. So I recommend paying attention all day, every day. Okay? Now, scientists say that it can take 90 days to change. I believe this to be true. 30, 60, 90. You have to do it for at least a few months for it to become a programmed or a reprogrammed thought within your mind. Okay? I say take it day by day. Don't think about all the days. Don't think about the 90-day mark. Be in the moment as much as you possibly can, because the moment is where the power is. And when you're where the power is, that's when you have the ability to make the change. Okay? So start paying attention all day, every day, to your awareness and how you feel. Okay? And when you do this, then you're able to interject in that moment because you can only be conscious right here, right now. And you can say, I am not feeling good because of this, this, and that, but I am going to choose to feel better right now. And you have to interject, and you have to become stronger than that feeling in your stomach or wherever you feel the feeling. And you have to become stronger than that thought, and you say, I am not my thought. I am not the feeling. I am much more, and I will not choose this life anymore. Keep doing it. Don't stop. All right. Now, guys, like I said, it's a lot. That's all I got for you today. I do want to have more information on the subconscious mind in future videos. If you like what you heard today, be sure to like the video. Comment down below. What did you learn from this? What do you have to contribute? Was it a lot? I'm sure it was. So if you say yes to that, I already know. Share the video for those that need to reprogram their subconscious mind, those that are trying to become different, become better, trying to master change. Share it, okay? And if you do like the information I've shared, my other videos, and you want to see more in the future, I do upload 5 days a week. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification, and I'd be more than happy to welcome you to the community. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching today, and I do hope that you enjoyed. Have a good one.